Hi, shalom everyone. As you can see, I'm just doing the Shabbat shopping over here. This in a place in Bet Shemesh, and every single thing we buy over here, as you can see, there's a huge selection of different foods for Shabbat. We say the words Lichvod Shabbat Kodesh for every single thing, and there's actually interesting thing. There's a famous story we learn with regards to a person of the name Joseph, we call in English. What did Joseph do? Every single food he said Lichvod Shabbat Kodesh. So one time there was a very rich man that through prophecy, through stargazers, so that he's going to lose all his money to this Joseph. All the money's going to go to Joseph. So he says, what? All my money's going to get lost. So he sells all his assets and buys one margaret, which is for an exorbitant sum of money, and he puts it under his head. One day he's walking in a very windy place just by the river, and it blows off, and the margaret over this stone flies and goes inside the water. So what happens the next moment? He's obviously devastated. He's lost all his wealth and everything else, and he's crying. But what happens the next day? The next day, the fishermen, they come inside the area and they're fishing, and with a fishing rope, and all of a sudden they get this massive fish, and they think on a Friday afternoon, who's going to buy this fish? It's going to go bad in the next 24 hours. It's worth a lot of money. Who's going to buy this expensive fish? So they come with an idea and they say, you know what, let's go to Joseph, let's go to Yosef Mokir Shabbat, and he's going to purchase this expensive fish over here. So what do? Lo and behold, they knock on all the doors in the market, and they go to Yosef's house, and they ask Joseph, do you want this fish? So he's saying inside his brain over here that fish, I've already got all the food for Shabbat, I bought everything. What do I need with this fish? But then he rationalizes and says, if I'm not going to buy this now, I'm going to become lazy in the future with regards to buying different food. So he buys the fish, this amazing fish he buys. He honors the Shabbat. He says, Lichvod Shabbat Kodesh, for the honor of the Shabbat. So he buys the fish, opens the fish just before Shabbat, and what does he find inside this? This precious pearl stone worth exorbitant sum of money over here. So what happens over here? They realize they've got enough money to buy everything for the rest of their life. And see how much, if you honor the Shabbat over here, Baruch Hashem, if you honor the Shabbat, you see how much wealth you get if you honor the Shabbat, how much bracha you get, how much blessing you get if you honor the Shabbat. You say Lichvod Shabbat Kodesh for every single food you buy, like the wine, like the chamin over here, you've got like the herring over here, every different food, you say Lichvod Shabbat Kodesh, Hashem gives you back all that blessing over here. Joseph, he came in, he didn't have much money, but at the end of that Shabbat, he was a multi-millionaire. What happened to the wicked man that sold all his assets, who was doing so many bad things? He was devastated, and he said, why should I live anymore? So that's how important it is to say Lichvod Shabbat Kodesh for every single thing. Now, I'm going to get my credit card out and pay for the food and say Lichvod Shabbat Kodesh for it. And that's what it's all about. We say Lichvod Shabbat Kodesh. See, the food is ready inside there.
Who became rich?
Yosef Mokir Shabbat. Yeah, he did. So we say Lichvod Shabbat. I'll become rich also. Wishing you all a Shabbat. Wishing you all a Shabbat Shalom, friends. Take care.